The Lok Sabha elections of 2024 saw the NDA secure a simple majority. But for the BJP, it was not as much as a cakewalk as many exit polls had predicted. Over a dozen cabinet ministers, including Smriti Irani, Rajiv Chandrasekhar, lost their seats, while many others barely managed to make it to the finish line. Now let's take a look at how the top BJP leaders fared in this election. Starting off with none other than Narendra Modi, who would be sworn in as Prime Minister for the third time on the 9th of June. He won a third term from Varanasi, but there was a difference this time around. Now his margin of victory was down to just 1.5 lakh votes. Now that compares to the 4.8 lakh votes he won in 2019 and 3.7 lakh votes which he won by in 2014. In fact, that 13.5% victory margin in terms of vote share is the lowest for any sitting Prime Minister after Indira Gandhi's defeat in 1977 and Chandrasekhar's margin in 1991. But one must remember that Chandrasekhar was a caretaker Prime Minister when elections were held that year. Now, India's Prime Minister for almost a decade also lost votes in every assembly constituency of Varanasi compared to 2019. On the flip side, it was smooth sailing for Narendra Modi's closest eyed and Home Minister Amit Shah, who won from Gandhinagar for the second straight time. In fact, he bettered his own 2019 performance, winning the seat by nearly 7.5 lakh votes against Congress candidate Sonal Patel. Shah had won the seat in 2019 by 5.6 lakh votes. Now, the Home Minister polled 76% of the total votes cast in Gandhinagar, which saw close to 60% turnout this time around. Now, Defence Minister Rajnath Singh also won a third term from Lucknow, but with a dwindling margin as well. He'd won from the seat in 2014 by 2.7 lakh votes and won by a bigger margin in 2019 at 3.5 lakh votes, but that margin was down to just 1.35 lakh in 2024. He also polled fewer votes compared to what he had in 2019. Now, Ravidas Mehrotra of the Samajwadi Party, who took on the Defence Minister, had 42% of the votes cast going in his favour. Now, Road Transport Minister Nitin Gadkari also did not face a smooth highway en route to his third Lok Sabha win from Nagpur. When Gadkari had first won this seat in 2014, it was the first time that the BJP had won the RSS headquartered Lok Sabha seat after 1996. Now, the last two elections have seen Gadkari's margin of victory narrow as well. He won by close to 1.4 lakh votes this time around, while in 2019 he had won by 2.2 lakh votes, and in 2014 that margin was even higher at nearly 3 lakh votes. However, Gadkari has managed to maintain his vote share throughout all these three elections at close to 55%. Just that the opposition candidate has been closing the gap. Now, another BJP leader who had a contest closer than expected was Rural Development Minister Rajnath Singh. The Bihar leader, who won from Begusarai in 2019 by over 4 lakh votes, saw his margin being cut down to just 80,000 votes in 2024. His vote share also significantly dipped from nearly 57% in 2019 to just under 50% this time around. Now, the seat of Begusarai had over 22,000 Nota votes being cast as well. Now, while these leaders had it tough, it was a rather easy debut in electoral politics for Piyush Goyal. The Union Minister, who contested from the Mumbai North Lok Sabha seat, won by a comfortable margin of 3.5 lakh votes, which in fact turned out to be the highest margin of victory among all the 6 seats in Mumbai, which otherwise saw relatively close contests. And lastly, to Bengaluru South, where Tejasvi Surya won a second term in office, but while his victory margin and vote share witnessed a decline, it was not as significant as other major leaders of the party. Tejasvi Surya won this seat this time by 2.8 lakh votes, while in 2019 he had won by 3.3 lakh votes. Now, his vote share also declined only slightly from 62% in 2019 to just 60%. So, it was a mixed bag for the top brass of the BJP leadership, but despite the setbacks, they will still be a part of the 18th Lok Sabha and represent their people for the next 5 years. All eyes are now on the government formation.
Make informed decisions with comprehensive analysis on the go.
Strengthen your portfolio with real-time market updates on the go. Create effective strategies with insightful expert opinions on the go.
Grow on the go with CNBC-TV18. Now streaming live 24/7 on YouTube.